All right, welcome to the Finesse Cast. I am Doug Keim, and we are now starting a new season of the Finesse Cast. This is episode 1, and we have just about everyone here. The returning other two-time host here, Jimmy Bregenzer. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How are you? Oh, yeah, I'm very good. I'm stellar. It's going to be a fantastic year, and I'm ready to share that with you.
Try to be a little bit more consistent throughout the week, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
In regards to what?
The podcast?
Yes.
Rather than not putting out one every 5 weeks, I think we're going to try to put that down to like 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, and then next to you, Catherine. Would you like to introduce yourself? Even though you didn't want to say anything.
I'm Catherine.
Okay. And
I'm Regan. And yeah,
Alright.
to say.
All right.
I've already been on this, so
Yeah.
I've already introduced myself before.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, I'm Paul, and I haven't been on this.
Close your legs.
All right. Thank goodness this is only audio, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, my name is Sam Hart.
Back
That
in
is my
action.
name.
Back in action, Sam Hart. All right.
My name is Avery. I am the girl Avery.
Goral.
Goral.
Baby
Alright.
girl.
All right.
My name is Emma Boggs. You can call me Boggs because there's 2 Emmas, so... and I have not been on this podcast before.
All right. Well,
First time.
speaking of the other Emma Driver sounds like she's in the other room.
Yeah. I've been here before. I'm the one who peed my pants as a high schooler. I don't mind the house. It's good to be back.
That is true.
Back
All right.
in action. And
Yeah,
I
but-
called the Chicago Bears the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought they
that
were a
was right.
baseball
I think
team.
that was right.
happens.
You mixed up so many sports.
I know. Okay.
But yeah, so we're just coming off of summer. We're just finishing up our first week of school, and y'all have good summers, I hope.
Nah.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty unexciting summer.
It's better
Yeah.
to be back at school.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
School is good
School is good.
sometimes.
And we're going anywhere exciting?
Memphis.
You Memphis.
I went
All
to
right, that's pretty exciting. What'd you do in Memphis?
I hung out with a lot of middle schoolers. Not in a weird way. It was through the church. We just,
That's so funny.
What
it was
church?
my job. Second Presbyterian Church. Yes. Good stuff. Yeah, hung out with some 12-year-olds.
You gotta expand a little bit more.
They really
just hang out with
Okay, it was my
12-year-olds.
job to hang out with them and to just, be a youth leader, share the love of Christ with them. They would say really kind and encouraging things to me. Like, they would tell me when my legs looked chubby in pictures. They would tell me about how bad my acne is. They would tell me about the bags I have under my eyes. I mean, overall, it was just really life-giving.
Oh, God.
So
Yeah.
encouraging.
Sounds so
So
uplifting.
sweet. Yes. Today, one of them texted me and just said, "Hey." I was like,
Aw, that's
Hey,
kind of
girl.
nice to reach out to you, though.
"Yeah." It was
Is
pretty
it?
Sweet. Another one texted me and was like, "When does college start?" I was like, "Started on Monday."
Ah,
Yes.
Yeah.
They're great.
cool. Anyone else? Any fun experiences this summer?
I almost died
How so?
How?
Why?
hiking in Hawaii. We went on this hike, and we didn't know that once you got to this canyon, it just dropped on both sides. So I figured as long as I'm in the middle and I'm not going down the slope, I'll be fine. But my family made me go down the hill, and I was not wearing the right shoes, so I was literally on all fours, like, crawling down this hill. And there were locals, like, standing behind me saying, like, "Oh, you're risking your life doing this." And I was like,
Accent. The Irish or what?
Yeah,
She
it's
was
like,
risking your life.
oh, you better watch out for that cliff there, eh?
I
they're
was not
Canadian,
happy.
though.
I thought I was going to die.
Why weren't you wearing the right shoes on
Because
a
I
hike?
didn't know that, so, like, the gravel was, like, sand pretty much, and so I kept sliding everywhere. And I have had recurring nightmares where I'm trying to, like, keep my balance near the edge of a cliff, but I keep falling. And so that kept happening.
And
So,
how does that make you feel?
like I was gonna die.
I was on this hike as well, and I never felt like I was gonna die. To point that out. It was a very beautiful hike.
Yeah. Regan and Avery are twins, just to preface that. They were there at the same time with their family.
Yes.
Yeah. Paul, you went to Boston.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to pursue your minor league baseball career.
Yeah, it panned out really well because it lasted a whole 0 days. But
Okay.
Boston's pretty cool.
Yeah. So what did you actually do there, though?
A little bit of drugs here. No, just kidding.
Oh.
Were you working at a church camp?
I was not working at a church
Oh.
camp. I was working at a college, coordinating a summer institute for rising freshmen in college.
All right.
Huh.
Cool.
And
Didn't really know that.
That's cool.
yeah, that's what I did.
You stayed in prison-like dorms, it sounds like.
Yeah, my dorms didn't have air conditioning, and it was fantastic. I loved it because sleeping when you're sweaty is fantastic.
Ew.
I'm going to quote you on that someday. I'm not sure for what. Probably put it on my resume. I don't know why. but
Please
it just
do.
feels like it'll fit.
Sleeping when sweaty is
Guess what's in
fantastic.
my water?
Did you take my ice?
Oh
I
my
took
god.
some
You
ice.
took my ice?
Well, it was ready.
Did you refill the
Did you
tray?
refill it?
Well, no, because I took
Oh
like 3
my
cubes.
gosh.
You don't refill it when you take it
You
home.
don't-
You don't
not
live in this
replace
house. You don't understand the rules.
Another man's ice
No,
cubes.
you don't. You only replace it all at whatever. This isn't important. I
Yeah.
apologize.
I mean, before yesterday we didn't even have ice, so
Who gave you the
No,
ice
yeah, you
tray?
didn't even
It's a hot
have ice until now.
commodity.
You can't decide the rules of ice etiquette. You don't know yet.
You don't yet.
Yeah.
One day.
learn today.
You'll learn.
how does one learn ice etiquette? Do I go to Ice Cotillion or something?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, fun fact. Me, Avery, Paul, and Sam all went to Cotillion together in middle school.
It was so
Wow.
awkward.
It was
A
so
bunch of middle
awkward.
schoolers.
Yeah.
Sam, what were you like in middle school?
Sam was cool
I
in
was a
middle
rad
school.
lad.
Yeah.
I made Regan cry in 6th grade.
Yeah.
It's like
We
said
don't
that
need
she
to
was
say why. I don't want to
Chinese.
insult anyone.
For some reason.
He like mixed up my race, and I was just a little
Well,
sad
just throw
about
that in there. I mean, you might as well explain it now.
You're too
Yeah.
deep. Yeah, explain it. You're in too
it.
deep.
Well,
Yeah.
I have Asian features, but I am not Asian. And Sam asked me in 6th grade, "Are you Chinese?" And I don't know why, but as a 6th
Yeah.
grader, that just traumatized me.
The
I had an
social,
identity crisis, and I cried in my locker.
Yeah, social awareness wasn't there.
But that's how
back
Sam
then.
and I became friends. So
Yeah,
By
best,
making you cry.
besties.
we
Yeah,
yes
I didn't think I knew that it made you upset till like years later.
yeah.
So
Sam and I, well, Sam, Avery, Paul, and I have known each other since we were in 6th grade.
And
Yeah.
Doug?
No.
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 What? When did you come along?
Freshman year of high school.
Mhm.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
He had to go through 4 years of initiation.
We adopted him.
Basically. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and hop into what the one thing I had prepared for today. And so I went to Reddit this afternoon and just pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the weirdest headlines that I could possibly find from basically the last year. So we'll start out with the first one. We'll go. So this is from independentnews.co.uk, and this takes place at a swimming pool. And the headline is "Children evacuated from swimming pool after prosthetic leg mistaken for pedophile."
What?
I don't know how this happened.
Oh my gosh, there's so many levels to that.
I know.
I feel like we need to dissect that really quick.
Yeah, so teachers from Kings Hill Primary School in Kent spotted the leg poking out from a cubicle whilst taking their class of Year 4 children swimming at Larkfield Leisure Center.
Wait, so how is that mistaken as a pedophile?
So
That's the question.
the next line says they believed it belonged to a peeping Tom, and after alerting staff, evacuated the 60 children from the pool post haste. I don't know how in the world they decided that's a leg. That must be a pedophile.
Yeah, really.
What?
I don't know,
Was
I
the
don't
leg on its own sticking out?
I
Or
guess
was
so,
it
yeah.
attached to the person?
Was it touching children?
I don't know.
That's one.
This happened in
See, I think this
a
like
while ago.
raises a question. Like, do pedophiles deserve prosthetics? Which I think is valid.
Pedophiles deserve
That's interesting.
No. Why do you think that's a valid question?
Because you know,
We probably shouldn't continue.
I wanted to know.
no,
what
they
basically
it's
I want a
expensive
job
to make
one day,
these
people.
appendages, and you know
But
they
what
should
if
only
they
go
can-
to deserving
Okay,
people.
that's
I don't
Okay, I have
think.
a question.
Okay, that's fair,
you
that's
know,
fair.
But what if the pedophile
So,
can afford
If
it?
someone has a prosthetic leg and then they're caught in the act, do they get their leg
So,
taken away
yeah,
from
Yeah,
them?
you would remove their prosthetics so they can no longer.
That's the punishment?
Yes. If I
And
if I
prison.
made the laws, yeah,
Okay.
that's how it would be.
Okay, sir, hand over your prosthetic
Yes.
leg. You're
Yeah.
wobbling from now on.
Yikes! All
You
right,
wouldn't be able to move. You wouldn't
Interesting.
waddle.
all right. So next headline. This one probably is my favorite of them all. 88-year-old man arrested, accused of burning raccoon alive for eating his mangoes.
Where was this?
So this happened on August 18th, 2018. So very recently.
Literally.
And this happened in Palm Bay, Florida.
Oh, it's American.
So where in your life you get to the point where you're just deciding this thing keeps eating my mangoes, so I'm just gonna light it on fire
How do you
I
think
guess-
he went
instead of
about
calling
lighting
animal
it?
Yeah.
control.
Did he like throw gas on it and then light a match and just?
I feel like for an 80-year-old, that'd be like a lot of work.
88? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
88-year-old
One of my
Yeah.
interns over the summer, his host family had their deaf-ish grandpa come and move in with them, and then he would just burn sticks in their backyard all day long, and no one was allowed to
Pyromaniac.
touch grandpa's sticks.
Hey, you know, it's
So you know,
He could have put fireworks in the mangoes. and it
So
just,
he
like,
was arrested?
started-
yes, he was arrested. I mean, he
But
burned
he
a
had
raccoon alive. So,
So then, what's the difference between that and just eating normal animals?
You don't
There's an
burn them
interesting
alive.
question.
You don't
eat
burn
them
them
when they're
alive.
alive.
what
Yeah.
about lobsters? You boil them alive.
That's
true.
true.
Nobody gets arrested for that.
All right, and then we'll just go with the last one because the other ones they didn't really load up too well. This one is pretty interesting. So this comes from UPI.com. On November 28th, 2017, doctors find 263 coins and 100 nails inside man complaining of stomach pain.
They're
Well,
inside
That's,
of the.
Wow.
Yeah,
How would you
so
manage
Gosh.
Maybe
how do you
he
just
didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I
Maybe
wonder how
he's
much
blind.
Like he didn't know that he was eating.
Or
I thought I was eating cereal. It turns out I just filled a bowl with pennies. I don't know what
Maybe.
happened.
So heavy, all those things
Yeah.
combined.
maybe
Have
the
weight in his
doctor.
stomach.
How do you
Like-
pass that through your system?
Maybe
Probably
the doctor
Yeah.
was like, he needs some more iron in his diet.
Mm,
And when he thought iron, he went to nails.
Could be.
very good.
I mean,
Have you guys
I've
ever,
lost
as
faith in
kids,
humanity.
eaten something or like put something up your nose or your ear that you weren't supposed to?
I
No.
swallowed a penny when I was a kid,
No.
and then I flipped it out.
Oh, good to
In
know.
church daycare, I think.
That's-
I mean, there's
So
people who
great.
stick things up their nose. Like, have you heard of the condom challenge?
What?
No way.
Yeah, they take out a condom and you stick it up your nose and then you pull it out of your mouth because of the
Oh.
connection
My
between
nose
your
hurts
I
nasal
think I have
cavity
seen that.
and your
Yeah.
mouth.
you so
Usually do
familiar
you
pasta.
could do that with you could do
Oh,
it
my
with
nose
you could do it
hurts
with
so bad right now.
spaghetti. You could do it with spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
I accidentally did that when I first got
Gross.
braces. So here's what
You
happened.
stuck things up your nose when you had
No,
braces?
listen.
Just spaghetti.
I was eating spaghetti. I literally had just gotten braces. Like I was like fresh. You know, I didn't know how to use braces like properly. So
How does one?
I
use
was
braces?
eating spaghetti and it got like stuck. But then I like was like coughing or whatever, and it literally like came out my nose.
That's crazy.
It hurt really bad.
Did you pull it out through your
No,
nose?
I did not. I just.
Did you swallow it?
I don't know what I did. I think I
Ew.
cried a little bit, and then I
you
had
didn't
kind of
eat
like
it.
a
Recommunicate
midlife
here.
crisis. It's like I have braces now. My lives are over, but we're good now, and my teeth are straight. So
Did everyone have braces here?
Nope.
Nope.
Yep.
Who did not have
Wait,
braces?
smile,
What
Jimmy.
would it be?
wow.
Who did not? You didn't have braces?
Never
Y'all-
did.
Okay, so I'm a driver.
Wait,
and
driver,
Jimmy.
smile.
No.
Wait, I want to see. Wow, I don't know how that's like
Did you
works.
suck your thumb as a kid?
No.
I did.
That's
Neither did I.
I'd have a metal piece put
We
in my
know what's
mouth.
up, Jimmy.
But I
we
did.
do.
We
Third
learned. I had
grade.
braces.
You had a
Third
Catherine,
grade.
Catherine, you had a
That's
metal
Because you
piece
sucked your
in your
thumb
mouth?
till you're in
I
third
was an
grade.
OG thumb
No
sucker.
way. How do you? What did the metal piece do?
It wouldn't let me stick my thumb in my mouth, and I was real
What?
depressed.
Wait,
I feel
how
like
do you
could
eat?
food.
Oh no, I just I could, but I couldn't stick my thumb in it. I don't really like reliving.
We don't need to bring this back. It's
Let's
okay.
not rehash this.
Yeah.
Third grade. This is like
Look up
We're
metal
here for
grip
you.
For the mouth. It'll come up.
It's actually happened about.
Yeah.
Wait, metal
Just
grip.
got taken out
I
about.
can
No,
see
don't
where
actually
you can
look.
eat, but if you put your thumb in your mouth, like there's this part
'Cause
like,
you
in the
put
roof
it-
of your
yeah.
mouth that you
Oh,
put in
yeah.
it. Like,
I see what
Yes.
you're saying.
It's just a spike.
I had a lot of dental issues when I was younger, like really young, like 3 or 4, before I moved here. I had like this whole expander put in my roof of my mouth because my teeth, my jaw and my upper jaw were like misaligned. You know how like your 2 front teeth match your 2 bottom teeth? Mine were like all the way to a different side, like this. Can't see that, but you know.
Yeah,
and
we
so I
didn't-
had to get this thing put in the roof of my mouth that like expanded my
Oh yeah,
jaw, basically.
expanders, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It was
Suck.
it was pretty
Yeah.
traumatizing, honestly.
Yeah.
I wonder like what the percentage of kids with braces is. Like I feel like almost every kid, like 12 to like whatever it would
I
be.
feel like most people get
Pretty
them.
high.
Yeah.
I felt left out.
I
I was
did
like,
as
I need to
well.
get braces. Everyone
Yeah.
else has braces, and now I'm
It was like a
never
fashion
mind.
thing for a while because you would get like
It's
different colors.
colors.
Yeah.
Yes. Around 4th of July or something, they'd be like, look at my red, white,
Yeah.
blue braces.
Yeah,
I was like, I
braces
just
sucked.
have teeth. Like I can't identify with
What
that.
kind of friends were you hanging out with? I feel like everyone hated having braces.
Yeah, braces were never fun.
Yeah.
Well, Sam,
They
you had
were, like-
braces twice, right?
Yeah, I got them in elementary school and got them off in like 6th grade. Then I got them back on senior year to prepare for the jaw surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. Yeah. Gotcha.
not
That was
fun.
just from your debuts as an MMA fighter, so I assume that was really tough.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
broke
but-
my jaw in a fight.
You had to hang up your gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, my brother, my youngest brother Cole, when he was about 7, he was running up these metal stairs on a water slide, and his back feet slipped,
Oh.
and on the corner of the stair, he hit the front of his teeth, and it pushed his gums up and his teeth back, and so he had to get his like basically he had to kind of get like them just put back into place.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had stitches on his gums for like
Yeah.
a hot minute. So I haven't had any
nasty.
major injuries though. I've never had.
I've never
I
broken
sprained my ankle, falling out of a tree. My
Oh, I
junior
remember
year.
that. You need to
Yeah.
tell that story.
I mean, it was kind of dumb. I was with my friend Ethan up in Mountaintop, North Carolina, and we got bored this one night. And there's kind of like this country club area where it's a pretty wealthy area up there, and so there was this wedding going on, and we just bored one night and just decided let's just go try to get in this wedding. And we got pretty close. Like we got to the outside the tent where they were doing like the dinner and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like security guards walking around and everything, and so we just kept going around the building until we got to kind of like this retention wall, and it's about a 10-foot wall next to these like probably like 15 feet pine trees. You know the pine trees that have like those super skinny branches?
Mm-hmm.
And they break very easily.
Yes.
Another one.
Well, so my friend Ethan because we were trying to get to this RV that was basically controlling like all the electronics, all the sound, stuff like that for the wedding.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, that would be
ruin the
fun to
wedding.
get into. And so we tried to get over the wall, and my friend Ethan did, but when I went over, this guy with a flashlight just popped up and was like, hey, what are you doing? And I just jumped out of the tree. And at this point, it was like, I was at the edge of the wall. So when I jumped, I didn't see that there was some uneven ground underneath, and my ankle just popped the outside.
I'm surprised you didn't break
So
it.
I am too. I heard it, and I started just like I tried to run away, but it hurt so bad, so I just started limping, and it hurt worse. So I just started crawling away. It was
So sad.
I know. I was just crawling away. The guy.
He's just like, let him go.
Oh yeah, and then
Poor dudes.
he got my friend Ethan, but he just said, "Oh, we didn't know what was going on," and then he just kind of left. So we got away, but then we had to walk back through the other part of the building to get back to his house, and so I was just limping covered in mud because I had fallen in a pool, and I was just limping through this like wedding reception.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I missed a good portion of the fall cross country season, but there could have been worse things. It was pretty funny.
Wow.
I broke my wrist and my ankle. Wrist ice skating, ankle dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Not a dancer.
Beyonce.
Beyonce was playing.
Yep.
I got a little too into it, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Have y'all ever been on a cruise before?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever
Yes.
gone to like the ice shows, Catherine?
No.
You've never seen an ice cruise on on an ice show on a moving cruise ship. We watched one. The only reason we watched
You
one.
haven't?
The only reason we watched it was because, since the ship was in the middle of a storm, and everyone is decked out in their costumes and everything, there were a good number of falls, and it was the funniest. I would pay any amount of money to see that
So
show
funny.
again. It was so good.
That's really
What cruise
it was,
ship?
it was the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas, which is like it's one of the, I think, the biggest in their fleet, it was so fun. We went there for Thanksgiving break, I think. It was kind of weird to have Thanksgiving not in America, because they had, like, you could get, turkey, mashed potatoes, all this stuff, and then, like, calamari, which is really weird.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a little bizarre. And then we saw How to Train Your Dragon on ice, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I saw Peter Pan on ice at the Walnut Street Theater in Philadelphia years ago, and I suffered a great emotional trauma. I found out that the Tooth Fairy wasn't real, and then
How?
I just lost a tooth. And then I asked my
Wait.
dad.
This was a couple years ago.
This is like
How
2
long?
years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
No, this
wait,
is
when
like
you say
this is
years,
like-
it's like 9, 10-year-old.
Yeah, I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I had suspected for a while that maybe these things weren't real, but I wasn't sure. And then I asked my dad, and then he said, like, yes, son. Like,
At the Peter Pan on ice.
yeah, I've been the one putting the silver dollars under your pillow all these times. And then I started making connections, and then I asked him about the Easter Bunny. He was a fraud. And then, sure enough, the big guy, Santa Claus, I found out at an Exxon in Pennington. And I remember asking my dad, like, is Santa Claus real? And he just looked at me and he was like, I'm sorry.
Did you cry?
Oh, that's so sad.
I wasn't sad. I was very angry. Like, I was very upset. Like, how could you lie to me like that?
Yeah.
It was a very emotional
That's
period,
awful.
And so
That's awful.
I cried about the Tooth Fairy for sure, not because I was sad about it, because I was so frustrated that I couldn't figure it out. Like, I was so mad. I was like, this doesn't make sense. But I also found like a container of Avery and I's teeth, and that was like the first indication. But my parents, that's so creepy. My parents were like so cool with it though, like not the teeth, but how the Tooth Fairy worked. They would use like glitter or like just I guess glitter sparkles, and they'd do like a trail from our pillow to the window,
It's cool.
so it looked like a fairy. It was so fun. Like I think the Tooth Fairy was my favorite out of like all the
Really?
non-real, fake, if you will,
Yeah.
things. But we found out about. I asked my mom straight up because I was mad about it, and she told me. And Avery didn't find out for a couple of years later, which was like kind of because we're twins. It was kind of funny. Like,
Figured once she
yeah.
goes to college, might be
yeah,
fine.
it's probably time to tell her.
Regan was the one
Still
putting
losing
the money
teeth.
in her mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did it. I did 1 or 2 times put it like help mom because I was. So
I figured it out
interested.
because I found the container of glitter in the cabinet.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like,
This
wait a
looks
second.
familiar.
I know this.
We found out about the Easter Bunny because like my parents had made the basket or whatever, and you know how there's the fake grass,
Mm-hmm.
like the plastic grass that or whatever, they fill it with something. We had opened it and it was like a day or 2 later, and we went into my dad's office and there was like 2 perfect circles with like the fake grass around it. Like the basket was totally sitting there and they just dumped it and like left.
Yeah.
And so we just like quietly went upstairs. It was like, Mom, Dad, come here for a minute. And we walked down. We just all 4 standing in the doorway, silently looking at it. And my dad's like, I'm so sorry, girls. Yeah. And then I don't remember how Santa Claus.
We found boxes in the garage of
Oh,
like
yeah.
American Girl doll stuff. And
We
were
got
like,
American Girl dolls, and they were just sitting unboxed like on the mantle. And like any present that came from Santa wasn't wrapped when we were little. Like that's how we knew. And so the American Girl dolls were from Santa, and so we were like taking out the trash afterwards, and I just like opened the bin. I was with Avery, and it was just 2 empty boxes. We're like, this is just tragic. Parents, you were so close.
And they tried to hide it at first. They were like, "Oh, those are from something else." We're like, no,
Don't
not
lie to
true.
me. But yeah,
Mm.
it we officially got the news while we were like eating breakfast at some restaurant, but
They told the waitress, they were like, we just broke
yeah,
the
they're
news
like,
to them.
we just told them Santa's not real. Like it was our birthday or something. We're like, yeah, it's so funny.
Great.
Yeah, it was great.
That's funny.
Regan used to not like the idea, like when we were really younger, like in our
Not
parents.
that young, like elementary
Well,
school.
when we lived in Colorado, like
And
and they
here,
explained
yeah.
to you, oh, Santa's a guy, he comes down the chimney and leaves presents. All Regan heard was, it's a big man that breaks into your house.
I cried every Christmas Eve for a long time because I
she
was
didn't like
scared
the
of
idea
Santa.
that someone could
so
just come
sad.
into their house.
I did not. I
that's
had
funny.
really bad issues. Like I had really bad sleep issues because I was always afraid someone was gonna break into our house. And like, you know, I knew someone was breaking into our house on Christmas every year. Like it was just going to happen. So I cried. It was just Santa.
Boggs, what's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
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 Oh, always.
Why is that?
Love Christmas.
Oh, it's just a fabulous time of year. So many fun gatherings. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Christmas because, I mean, we celebrate the birth of Jesus. And
Yeah.
that's really great. And it's also just really fun. Like, there's so many fun, like, traditions, like, and then family things surrounding it. All around, it's just really magical, too, you know? It's lots of lights and
Yes.
pretty things.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh. It's a Wonderful Life. Is that
Oh,
a Christmas
yeah.
movie?
I would say so.
I
think
think
that
it.
counts.
I would count it
Mine's
as
Die
one.
Hard, but
Are you okay, Sam?
what?
No, Sam likes that Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh my
movie.
God,
Okay.
no.
Oh, it's
My top 2 Christmas movies are first off, the live action Grinch is amazing.
oh,
I love that movie. It's so
Please.
funny. It gets funnier every time. And then
bad.
second favorite is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That one was good. I
It's so,
love
so
that
Sam
good.
around Christmas
There's so
time
many
was
good
like,
moments.
Everybody, we're gonna watch a Christmas movie. We're like, yeah, it's so fun. And he puts on this
That was.
movie.
I enjoyed that.
That movie is so
we
funny.
were all like,
We were
when
just
will this
laughing at
end?
So many good quotes
That's the world
from
we're living in.
Oh man.
it. Ta Turtle Man. So good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good time for sure.
Grog tin.
What's on your mind, Jimmy? You seem like you always have some kind of thing to say.
Uh, yeah, I went up to New Jersey over the summer and saw my family, caught up with them. Grandma, if you're listening, I love you, Nana.
It's not what he tells me, but
And then we'll just cut that out and then we'll come back in right here. I love you so much. It was very nice seeing the family up there. And yeah, what did I do? Oh yeah, I saw the Phillies play.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Philly guy. Eagles.
Who are they
Sixers.
affiliated with?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia. Sixers fan, even though I don't really watch basketball. But anyway,
Who's your favorite Sixers player?
Michael
well,
Jordan.
Sixers, huh?
Is that basketball?
Oh,
LeBron James.
oh,
LeBron James.
What? Your favorite Sixers player is LeBron
He's
James.
gonna come
Get
back.
over it, dude. You went to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It is a basketball team.
What? You said Michael Jordan plays for the 76ers.
What is that?
Anyways, nobody knows what you guys are talking about.
Anyway, though.
We'll
yeah.
save that for the sports podcast.
Yeah.
I like
which
what you're saying.
tune in
It's
to
sweet
catch
as if I understand
Paul
my mistake.
Jacobs, Will Goosetree, possibly Jimmy Reganser, and I.
Oh my
And
God.
me.
And
And
yeah,
Boggs.
yeah, and yeah, all the-
Representing the
everyone
Hackers.
that wants to talk about sports. Hop right on that one.
Talking about sports.
Yeah.
I know so much about sports.
Yeah.
76.
I know Sam loves sports, but you also love movies. So
True.
what?
Yeah, sports movies are my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
Facing the Giants.
Mm.
When the game stands tall.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
That's a good
It's actually
movie,
good.
That's actually a really good. Movie.
42.
That's a good one here.
That's really good.
Rudy's good.
Huh?
Never got good answer.
Okay.
Our basketball team.
Yeah.
I googled it.
Did y'all see any of the what recent movies came out recently?
Incredibles 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did come out.
Yes,
Yeah.
the summer season there's
Yeah.
a bunch.
True. Incredibles 2. I didn't see it, but you know,
It's good.
it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it lives up to the hype, but I mean, it's hard to be better than the first one.
True. The first one's so clever.
It's so good.
Was,
It's really it is dark though. There
Mhm.
are a lot of parts in it. Like I hadn't seen it in a few years, and
Yeah.
I'm like watching it now. It's like
Is Samuel L.
Yeah.
Jackson in the second one? Did they get him
yeah, I
back? Really?
think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
I gotta see
Samuel.
it. I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, dude, I don't know why, but you know, of things that you enjoy in the movie genre. I've been watching so many of the clips from the Fast and Furious franchise on
Really?
YouTube.
I'm saying it's not
Dude,
that
okay.
bad.
In
like, what is your
sections.
beat?
Jimmy, those
In
things
sections. In
give
sections.
me hype.
Absolutely.
In sections. And like the best parts.
Sam and Doug have problems with
Okay.
Fast and Furious.
When Jason Statham and The Rock are breaking out of that prison.
Oh
That's an
yeah,
awesome
that is
scene.
crazy.
Iconic.
Yes.
That one's a
So
good scene.
Notice
good.
how Dwayne Johnson has to have his
His
sleeves
sleeves.
ripped off?
Seriously,
That man can't have
his
sleeves.
writing, like, yes, the dude is absolutely jacked, but the writing for those movies is so
Yeah,
one-sided.
but
for
I
him.
know,
It's
like, I know what bothers y'all the most about it is like, oh, family, like Vin Diesel always talking about family.
No,
But
no.
it's emotional.
Yeah.
like-
Listen, that's not the problem. It's just how he's a family. Like,
It's
like,
just funny.
it is funny. You gotta admit.
The
I
action's
mean,
good, but-
yeah, but it's all about the action. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like
and that's
those
why I like
movies.
it. I like watching the clips on
Yeah,
YouTube of it.
yeah.
There's that one. There's the wrecking ball scene.
Yeah.
There's the race where his car, he like has to floor it, throw it in reverse.
Oh yeah, and it's on fire. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's on fire, and then
Yeah.
it like flips in the ocean about 80 times,
Yeah, yeah.
about 150 feet in the area. It's a good scene.
Yeah.
Very realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same reason I think people probably like Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max is like a phenomenal. It is a masterpiece. Andrew Martinez
Very
would
good.
agree. It is a cinematographic.
What?
Cinegraph?
Synonym
yes.
Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch graphic. Yeah. Also, Finding Nemo is a fantastic movie.
On the topic of Mad Max and Fast and Furious,
Favorite
Yeah.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, I remember I saw Finding Nemo with my dad in
Yeah.
the theaters when it came out. And it was just like a father and a son watching a movie about a father and a son, and it was just, it just hit home. It
I
was
saw
just,
the theaters too.
Aw.
With
Yeah.
the Shepherds.
I think, yeah, that was about the time I saw it.
yeah.
Is that Lynn? Oh.
Aw.
Nice.
I saw it like 10 times when I was in elementary school because every time we had a substitute teacher, they just turned on Finding Nemo. So
Mhm.
It's a
I
go-to.
tired of it very quickly.
I'm pretty sure that happened to me
It's really
in
good.
the Spanish class as well. Like, but it'd be in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm like Finding Nemo in German
Me
class.
llamo Nemo.
¿Dónde está Nemo?
The shark would be like, oh, ich bin Bruce.
Me llamo
¿Dónde
Bruce.
está? It's just,
Hola,
yeah.
Bruce.
Hello, Bruce. You're like offended Nemo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
¿Dónde está
¿Dónde está
Nemo?
my son? Like,
I think we should have a
Mi hijo.
podcast.
Mi hijo.
That I can quote all the way through. Just quoting them.
Yeah.
That can be a
Boy.
special section.
Or I
then.
can just quote
Just
movies
driver
now.
quoting.
Just go through The Emperor's New Groove.
How many
That's so good.
movies could you quote?
First scene.
Well, what do you mean? Like, I know one
How
quote
many
from, or
movies
I
can you
know
quote?
like a significant amount of the quotes. In that.
Okay, like, could you watch, let's say 50% of the movie?
Okay. The Emperor's New Groove. Shrek. Probably Finding Nemo. Music and Lyrics.
That's a movie?
It's another movie. It's a very good movie. What are movies I watched as a kid? The Incredibles. I don't like The Incredibles.
Enchanted?
What?
Enchanted.
Enchanted. I don't know if I know 50% of that movie.
Yeah, you
now.
do. We watched it the other day. We got about halfway. You quoted the whole thing.
Okay, Enchanted. I don't know. There's maybe more, but those are the ones I quote, I think, the most. Those are in my regular rotation
Okay.
of quotes I pull out of my hat.
Fair enough.
I'm terrible to watch movies with, for anyone listening, because the ones I
In
know,
case you ever want to.
I quote all the way through, and then
Don't
the
do
ones
it.
I don't know, I talk all the way through, and I hate sitting still, so I get up a lot.
Ah,
So I'm not the best to see movies with. So.
that's fine. What movie do you think you got out of your seat the most?
I don't know.
Marley
Okay,
and
it
Me.
also depends on where I am. Because sometimes, like, when I sit and watch movies at a person's house I don't know, I get really, really uncomfortable because I want to stand up a lot, but I can't. Like, freshman year, anytime I'd go to the mansion and there'd be all these people watching a movie, it'd be like 1,000 degrees and I'd feel like I couldn't move and I'd just be sitting there, like, sweating.
Yeah.
But a movie I got up a lot in was when I went and saw the Puss in Boots movie. I went to
Oh
the
my
bathroom
gosh.
like 3 times, or
I was
when we went
always
and
there.
saw- the only good part of that movie.
I got up and left during Into the Woods and also the
dang,
new
that's good.
Don't Hate on Me,
the
everyone.
Beast.
There's a story behind it, but the new Beauty and the Beast, the live action, got up and left during
Really?
halfway through, or not even halfway. It was the time when there was a tornado. It was freshman year, and like they had canceled school because there was like potential tornadoes the next day, and we had just gotten the news about it, like the email or whatever, and I was with friends, and we were just like, we don't have class tomorrow. Let's go like do something fun, or like I don't know. We were just kind of like excited because we didn't have class, so we left. But I honestly didn't really like it either, so didn't mind leaving.
That was pretty good.
I loved it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why
I
said
think
don't
if
hate
there was
on
a
you.
tornado coming and I was seeing it for the first time, I probably just would have stayed.
I ended up
Stayed and
rewatching
watched
it, and it is
cried
really
for
good.
joy.
That's
It's
Emma
really-
Watson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did a really good job. It was a really after rewatching it on my own time without a tornado in
It's okay. if you
the
don't
future.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
What's y'all's favorite weather patterns?
I like.
No, we're going to.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Stretching
kidding.
this.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, like, how many different types of clouds do you know about?
one.
Really?
Cumulonimbus because of up.
Let me let
Nimbostratus.
you know about this
Yeah.
one.
Stratus.
Oh gosh, I was about to say
Jimmy,
that.
I'm sorry.
Cirrostratus.
Let's cut that out and let's let Jimmy.
Why do you
No,
know
it's
so much
okay. I
about
don't-
I didn't
need
say
to-
Cirrostratus.
Wait.
Oh,
I
well,
said
Why do you know so much about clouds?
oh, there's three, right? Cumulonimbus,
Nimbo.
Nimbo,
Nimbo.
Cirrostratus.
Jimbo Stratus.
Oh.
That's right.
Jimbo. What why do you know so much about clouds?
I really don't know much about clouds,
Oh.
but I like what I see when I look up, and so I wanted to learn more. And
Yeah. Wow,
also
that's pretty
flying.
deep.
Yeah, right.
It's flying.
Yeah, like when you get on a plane and you look down, you see all the clouds. It's
Yeah.
like another world. I remember like the first time I flew to Florida, I was like, I think I was in 8th grade was the first time I was ever on a plane, and yeah, it was just like, I don't know, you don't appreciate like the clouds as much. I don't know. It can be like overcast down here, and then you just break through the clouds and you see the sun. It's like,
Yeah. I think the coolest thing is flying at night and like it's dark in the plane and you can like see like all the stars. You're literally like
Yeah.
not in the stars, but it just looks a lot cooler. It's my fave.
Jimmy,
My fave
what would
time.
you say is something that you were just insanely passionate about that you love, like telling people about?
Fast and Furious.
Like
Uh,
I don't know, like a subject or like a I don't know.
I'd have to think about it. That's a really good question, actually.
Anybody have anything that they're just really
Rocket
passionate
League.
about? Doug, tell us about Rocket League.
I could talk about Rocket League on its. I could talk about Rocket League.
I'm gonna give you a
Listen.
1 minute timer, and you're gonna say everything you want to say about Rocket League.
Oh, wow.
No, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. It
don't
would
think
go
you
on.
could
I
take a
could.
minute?
I could talk for an hour and a half by
Ooh.
myself about Rocket
But
League.
let's
Probably.
just see. Let's just
RLC,
do a
like,
little,
the
a
Pro
little
League.
social
I
experiment.
could talk about Rocket League, the Pro
Ready?
League, and everything.
Go.
So I think this season for RLCS, it's probably going to be an NA favorite, North America region. In case y'all were wondering, there's
Oh,
NA,
yeah.
EU, and then Oceania region, which is the Australia, that kind of area. NA is pretty strong. They've got C9 Squishy, who's doing really well. Cloud9 has taken down NRG 4-1 in the past couple series, and that's at LANs. I would say that at RLCS, though, Dignitas will take it. They're the better threes team. They've got Violent Panda, Turbo Pulsa, who's won it 3 times in a row, which is incredible going into the 6th season, trying to get that 4-peat for this $1 million prize pool that's coming out for the RLCS, which that just about doubles last year's. NRG, though, could make another running after losing in that Game 7 bracket reset, though, from the last RLCS. Kind of a heartbreaker, but Garrett G is one of the best that's ever done it. Him and Justin going into his 2nd year with that experience, and Fireburner being that lockdown, I really think that they could do a great job.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. You each have a minute, and you have to talk without stopping for a minute about
Alright.
something.
Okay.
That was,
Again,
that was
Wait,
easy.
wait, I gotta
that was
figure out-
that
wait.
was easy.
Help
That
me
was
figure out
easy.
what to talk about.
ready, set.
Wait.
You
I
just
gotta
have
think.
to fill a minute of silence.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. This
Nonprofit.
summer, I worked for had an internship with a company. It was a nonprofit, and I had to figure out. I was literally the only person in their marketing team, and I've never done marketing class, so like it was kind of difficult. But I had to figure out how to market to people who had no like. They didn't care if you like. There's people who are feelers, so if you tell them like if you donate money, you're helping like a kid in Africa achieve an education. So I had to figure out how to market to people who didn't care about that. Like, you could tell them and they'd be like, okay, whatever, like, I want to see what my money's doing. So I had to create an economic impact sheet that literally, like, I had to figure out what every dollar would be worth in Africa. And I don't remember the number, but it was, like, crazy. anyway, that's what I did this summer. I also hung out with my dog a lot. Maggie's the love of my life. She's a golden retriever. That was really great. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, it was really fun. I'm, just really living life and really just having a great time. Done. Okay, bye.
That's really good. That's perfect.
What's that?
Yeah, that was like
Sam?
right at a minute.
It doesn't have to be what you did
It's
this
like an
summer. It can
elevator.
literally just be a minute
Yeah.
of just you say something.
I was trying to think of something.
Ready,
Avatar.
set, go.
Oh, Avatar.
Yes.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not the blue people one, because I think that's completely overhyped. Like, that movie was amazing in 2012, but like nobody has cared about that since then. Like, who cares if there are gonna be like 6 more movies about that? That's dead. But Avatar: Last Airbender. I think the best season of Avatar is probably season 2 or 3. I mean, 3 is good just because it builds up to the, big end. But season 2 I think is really amazing just because, Toph is introduced. She's an amazing character. And then you kind of get the whole Zuko element of him and this conflicted character. He kind of loses his identity because he doesn't know what his destiny is anymore. And then I don't know.
That was good.
Boggs, tell us about your passion of baking. Ready?
Or read, or book. What's
Or
like
books,
books? Or books.
just
Or whatever you want.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I really like to bake, yes. I have been doing it for a long time, since I was young. I watched a lot of Food Network as a kid, especially in middle school and early high school. Lots of Cupcake Wars, and now my personal favorite is the Great British Bake Off. Check it out sometime. It's a lot of British people making lots of desserts. They all have nice accents, and they're all super nice to each other, so it's really just a lovely time. Whereas other American competitions where they're cooking, people are really rude to each other. But this is a bunch of grandparents, and they bring their herbs that they grew in their garden, and then they make things out of it, and it's great. So yeah, I like baking. It's a good time, and I don't know how much time I have left, but
Where'd you work?
Where did I work?
The bakery you worked at.
Oh, I worked at 2 different donut
Time's
shops.
up.
Alright, nice.
Oh, okay.
Good job. Good job.
Jimmy, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, what are you gonna
Tell
talk
us
about?
about anything.
Oh,
Anything at all.
Chili. I dare you.
Well, I was gonna talk about that.
Really?
All right. Yeah, we're on the clock.
Alright.
Well, first I want to talk about like assembling furniture
Okay.
because everybody always has an opinion about it, how much they hate it. I enjoy it. I really do.
Really?
I assembled, just if you didn't know, I assembled every piece of furniture in my room, okay? My chest of drawers, my bed frame, not my mattress, but like my desk and all that. I had no problems. You have enough space. You set out all the pieces you need, okay? And you just follow the directions, right? And I don't know, I think just nowadays people just have trouble, just sit down, read through the directions, and assemble it, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's when you try to speed, go a little fast, where sometimes you might build a bookshelf that's a little bit on tilt. But otherwise, it's a very, it can be therapeutic. It's like cleaning. It's also very therapeutic. Fun fact, though, I used to eat a lot of chili in the wintertime, and I used to get a lot of trouble from my friends about that. We actually took one of the chili cans and hung it on the Christmas tree as a...
Oh, dude, I love how you introduced that, though. You were just like, yeah, I was actually going to talk about chili, but first I want to talk about assorted furniture.
That's amazing.
Really?
I'm definitely going to call you next time.
That was-
I love doing it. It
That
is
was one of the funniest transitions I've ever
Yeah.
made in life.
That was great.
Yeah,
This,
but
this
it's true,
podcast
though.
sponsored by Jimmy's Building Furniture.
Yeah.
What?
Sponsored by IKEA. Hit send from the pen. You have to see the...
Pretty sure that's AIM.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got you.
Yeah.
Hit send from the pen.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny though. That's a good segment.
That would be interesting.
People
yeah.
talk about
Maybe do,
anything
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
something they're passionate about.
True. Or you
Yeah.
could try to argue something that could be
Yeah.
interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
like that
Like
You
it's
do
like
a rebuttal.
your favorite.
Like an actual straight up.
That the real life live action rendition of Jim Carrey's Grinch is not an actually good movie.
It's so good. I love that movie.
It's time for Emma Driver's 1 minute.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
I
Yeah.
have to go.
Yes,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
do.
Come on.
Okay.
The people have spoken.
The people. Okay, well, someone else. So I'd like to talk about 3 best friends that I made this summer. Their names are Olive, Archie, and Mr. Wendell. Homies, if you can hear me, you guys have my heart, 5 sure. There's these 3 amazing dogs that live in the city of Memphis. One, her name is Olive, and she's on the huskier side. Not husky in terms of her breed, but husky in terms of her build. She's actually a bulldog. She's a large lady. She's very much a case for, inner beauty. She does not have any outer beauty at all. Archie is a little French bulldog. I actually am wearing one of his, species members on my shirt, French bulldog. He's incredible. He's a little puppy. He's got, so much life ahead of him. Mr. Wendell is a dog that looks like a wiener dog in build, but other than that, he's not a wiener dog. There's no describing Mr. Wendell. He's just his own person. So yeah, Mr. Wendell, one of his favorite things to do was to make me get up at 6:30.
Oh, that was
That was
good.
my fast.
No. I want to hear that story. Though.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
wanna
he
keep going
loved
with
to
that,
make
keep
me
going
get
with
up
that.
at 6:30 in the morning, barking, saying like, "Hey, I have to go out. I have to go to the bathroom." And I'd say, "Thank you, Mr. Wendell, for alerting me of this problem, so that we can get you outside." So then he would walk, to the door, and right as he was standing in the doorway, he would stop and he would just pee right in the doorway, as if to say, "Screw you, Emma. I don't care about what you have to do."
Oh.
Yeah. So they were pretty great. I love them a lot.
Oh, really?
Crack is whack, you.
I don't think so. Crack is
But yeah,
whack.
talking about getting your business done by the doorway. I worked at Played Again Sports for I think the end of my senior year summer, and then after first semester summer, I believe. Yeah, that sounds right. And there's this guy that worked there. I'm not sure if I should use his real name.
I
but
don't use his real name.
we'll call him Charlie.
Stan.
No, we'll call him Charlie. So Charlie, he let me tell you about this guy. So Charlie had gone to prison when he was in his 20s for possession of drugs. He is now in his he is 29, I believe, and he lives in his grandmother's basement with his his iguana Rango. Oh no, it's a bearded dragon, and it's his prized possession. And so, this guy Charlie, he really enjoyed just drinking, just partying, that kind of lifestyle, and I think he took it a little far in his 20s, which is kind of why he ended up in prison. But let me just explain what this guy looks like. He's about 6'3". Any day that I worked there, we were supposed to wear a polo. He typically just wore a white shirt and cargo pants. He played bass. He was a very talented musician, actually. He played bass for a band. He also had prison tattoos, except when you say prison tattoos, you would think like, oh, this guy's a tough guy. But there was actually from when him and his cellmate dropped acid, and he passed out, and his cellmate broke open a pen and got a needle and started drawing on his cellmate's leg.
Wow.
And so he now has a dotted line and a triangle on his leg. I asked what happened when you got out. He said, I just got it filled in because I was like, I don't know. He's just like, it means a lot to me. It's like, all right, that's fair.
Wow.
So this guy, if we played against sports, we go and do pickups of equipment, where if they have like a treadmill or something, we'll come pick it up, buy it from y'all, and take it back, sell it in our store for a profit. And this is about the 4th day that I worked there. Charlie and I, we went to this very nice house, and let me preface this with his diet. So before we got there, he had gone to Moe's and had a monster and a burrito, and it was about 98 degrees that day.
you know, I was just like this new young kid excited to start this job. And so we were moving this thing that weighed about 250 pounds into this truck outside of the super nice house. Very nice house. And we were being super careful trying to just finesse through this person's like glassware, everything. Didn't want to dent anything because that comes out of our paycheck. You know, and about 2 minutes before we leave, we start talking to the ladies, trying to decide about, you know, how much we're going to buy it from them, and just kind of fall silent for a bit. And so I just am like, okay, I guess we'll talk to him. I wrote her a check. There you go. On our way. Well, about halfway through, you know, he was just radio silent, so I was thinking, oh, I wonder if I did something wrong. Well, about halfway there, I'm just driving. I'm like, so how long have you worked? And he just throws up everywhere in the truck. Like, it was, thank goodness I was driving, because if he was, it would have gone all over the dash. And so the first thing I asked him, I was like, because I didn't know him, I would have been like, what is wrong with you? If I did, I would have been freaking out. But I was like, you good? But yeah, he's just like, yeah, I caught most of it. And I was like, oh, breakfast. And so, and the windows, like, they're the kind that roll down, and so he turned open the window. So he just throws up in here. I basically just floored back to the store with this treadmill, just banging around in the back of the truck. And we get there, and he didn't, like, clean the truck or anything. He just left. So, yeah, but anyways, a couple months go by. We do, Charlie and I do some more pickups here and there, and I kind of know him better at this point, and so we go to do another pickup for a treadmill, and this guy that we're picking it up from, brilliant. He's like, you know, worked for IBM, has over 20 patents with him, like loaded guy, and he has this house that's kind of on a lake with a drop off, right? And so, yeah, it was like the 50-foot drop off, and so his deck was super sketchy because we had to carry this like huge treadmill up these wooden steps next to a cliff and into this truck. However, we had done that and was a semi-pro tennis player in his earlier 20s after the whole prison thing. We tried to look past that. So he was telling me all about his you know, nutrition and health and stuff like that. And so when we go to racetrack just to kind of fill up the truck, and he gets basically a half liter of yogurt and the higher pH water. He downs it right before we go to lift it out. And we get it in the truck and everything. We're talking with the guy about the check. And this guy's a total neat freak. The guy even said, like, if you guys could take off your shoes to when you come in, we practice like Chinese things in here.
Chinese.
I was thinking, okay, so we did. And, you know, this, again, total neat freak. Basically vacuumed after we moved it out while we were there. He, you know, just having a conversation with the guy and just looks at me and his eyes are just bloodshot. And we're inside this guy's basement and he just shakes his head and I'm like, you better not. He starts bolting to the door, and just as he's running towards the guy's like back door to the deck, he just is throwing up as he goes. No. And I was thinking, how has this happened a second time? You have got to be kidding me. Yeah. So yeah, it's so you know, I was like, should he go to a doctor? I was like, nah, that's happened before. And so this guy's a total neat freak. He's got this random guy's like neon pink throw up on the floor because of the yogurt. Gosh. It was so bad. It was so bad. But yeah, it was just some good times. It was some good times. I play it again. Yeah.
It happens, you know, to the best.
I think that's a good note to
Yeah, you know,
sign off on.
Absolutely. We've been going for about 56 minutes now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. As always, if y'all have any closing remarks, that'd be great.
We should do like a really close like sign off. You know how they do.
I mean, we've done it by musical renditions in the past.
Let's all just do a beat really quick. Like
we tried that last time.
Yeah, everybody does.
Well, I appreciate
It
the effort,
sounded
though.
good.
I appreciate the effort.
It sounded good.
All right, that's good.
All right, well, that was fun.
Toodaloo.
Jimmy, any last poems you'd like to say?
Poems, I don't know, I've loved all 56 of these minutes. It's a haiku. That's how it ends. Just like that.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.